Hey everyone, so I am back with another tutorial, and this time we are doing a full set. So first thing we're going to do is push back their cuticles, and then we're going to remove the shine from their natural nails. So I am using the finest bit that I have, and you barely even want to file much off. You don't want to leave any indentations or just damage their nail at all, so you just want to remove that shine. And you could also use a hand file if you feel more comfortable, but just for speed reasons I use my e-file. Alrighty, so after you remove the shine, you can go ahead and start sizing and applying your nail tips. So you want to remember that every time you're sizing your tips, if one's too small and one's too big, you always want to go with the bigger one, because if you put a nail tip that's too small on there, it's gonna want to come back up because it's too small, and that's when your cracking and your lifting happens. So remember that you could always go a size higher or size up and just file down the size to make it fit perfectly. And you want that nail to go from side to side. You don't want there to be a little gap on the side, because once again that will cause lifting or cracking of the nail. Alrighty, so once you apply all your nail tips, now we're going to go in and just cut them down to the desired length. So right after we cut them, we're going to shape our nails. So I do have a video on how to shape nails, so I will leave the link below to that. And we're just going to do a coffin shape. So you want to also measure your nails and make sure they're all the same length, and then we'll start shaping. So to shape, I am using this 80-100 zebra hand file. Yeah, that's the name. And I get these from my local nail supply store, but I have seen them on eBay, so I'll leave the link below to that. And if I forget to mention anything, just let me know in the comments, and I'll give you the link to whatever it is. So you also want to remember to blend your tip really good. Okay, so after you have your nails shaped, you're just going to dust them off and apply your primer. So I am using my OPI Bondex primer, and this is just to remove any oils that were left on the nail. So now we're going to apply our acrylic. So I am using my Mia Secret acrylic system, and I'm using my Tammy Taylor custom brush in the size large. So first thing I always do is apply that first bead right in the middle of the nail where the tip and the natural nail meets, and then I do another bead closer to the cuticle area right behind that first one. And this time I did one closer to the tip because it was too thin, but you want to make sure that you brush your acrylic really good towards the tip, that way your tip won't be too thin. But remember, you want to do whatever you feel comfortable doing. You don't have to stick to a certain method, you just want to do what you feel comfortable doing. But also remember that you don't want to use too much product, because you don't want to be having to do a lot of filing at the end. So you want to work smarter and not harder. Another important thing when applying your acrylic is you want to make sure that you clean around your cuticle area really good, because if you don't and you leave that acrylic on the cuticle area and you don't wipe it off, then that will cause lifting, because as soon as water or anything gets under there, then that's when you get your greenies and you get your lifting, and we definitely don't want that. So you want to make sure you clean really good around that cuticle area, and it also prevents from having any skin irritations or allergies or any of that stuff. So make sure you be careful and clean around that cuticle just like this. Just use your little brush and just wipe around the cuticle. Alrighty, so after we apply our acrylic, we're going to start reshaping the nail. So once again, I'm using my same hand file, which is my 80-100 Zebra Jumbo hand file. I know that's a super long name, but that's the name of it. So after we file the nail, or not file, but shape the nail, we're going to go in and use our electric file to file the nail. We're going to file the nail, remove any little bumps or lumps, and then we're going to buff, and we'll be ready to apply our polish. Okay, so whenever you're filing the nail, you want to make sure that you get really close to that cuticle area, just to make sure that you give it a little natural look, instead of having like a big old lump of acrylic at that cuticle area. So whenever the nail starts to grow out, you won't be able to really just tell that it's time for refill, because it won't be so thick back there. And also, whenever you focus on that cuticle area, that prevents from having any lifting, because you won't have any little gaps for for water to get in there. So remember, you want to get real close, but not too close, because you also don't want to cut them. So for this, I'm using my fine sanding bit. Is there a sanding bit? Well, my fine gold bit, whatever it's called. But I'll leave the link below as well. And yeah, so you also want to make sure that you get around the bottom and the cuticle area, and then around the whole nail, just to make sure that you get rid of any little bumps or lumps. But if you did a good job during your acrylic application, you won't have much work to do, because you won't have no lumpy nails. Alrighty, so after you buff your nails, we're just going to dust them off and wipe them off with alcohol, or if you want them to go wash your hands, or their hands, not your hands, but their hands, you can do that now. So for her polish, I am using this Essie color in the color Birthday Suit. I don't know who come up with these names, but that's the color. So I'm gonna do that on her middle finger and her thumb. And then for this, I'm just using a regular base coat, and this is just to use as an adhesive for this glitter. You just want something for the glitter to stick to. So I'm just gonna dab the glitter on the nail and then just brush it up to give it that ombre effect. Okay, so up next we are going to use our angel foil. So first thing you want to do is just cut it up into small pieces, and then I'm going to do a layer of gel top coat, and I'm just going to lay them on the nail. And it doesn't have to be in a certain way or pattern. I'm just randomly applying the pieces onto the nail, and then we're going to cure it. We will also be applying a gel top coat to the pinky because we need a base for our unicorn look, and once again we will be curing this for 60 seconds. So same thing for the other hand. I'm using my Birthday Suit color by Essie, and we're doing that on the middle finger and the thumb. And then we're gonna do our glitter, our foil, or not our foil, but our angel paper. Okay, so for my little unicorn now, I'm using this hard gel by Tammy Taylor, and then I'm using this little art brush. So you literally just want to get the gel and then just like make some little, I don't even know how to say it, some lines, but you don't want them going straight across. You want to do them at an angle, and then whenever you're doing it, you kind of want to just wiggle your brush around to give it that little curved look. So once we do this, we're going to cure it for about 60 seconds, and then we're going to move on to the other hand. So now I am applying a gel top coat on the glitter now, and then I'm going to do the same for the angel paper one. So you basically want to encapsulate your glitter and your angel foil with a top coat. Now we're going to do the same unicorn style to this other pinky, and then we'll move on. Okay, so after they are cured, you want to go in and buff these nails with the foil and the glitter. Only because it's a chunkier glitter, and then the foil is pretty chunky as well. So you want to make sure that you take away any of the little rough edges. That way you don't have any problems with it coming off. And then you also don't want it to be really rough on your client's nail. So you do a top coat, and then we're also going to do a top coat on this pinky so we can apply our chrome. Alrighty, so for my chrome, I'm just using this makeup sponge, and I'm literally just dabbing it on the nail, and then I'm gonna do another top coat, and this is just to just for the shine, because we've already done one coat and that was just to encapsulate it, and now the nails are nice and smooth. So now we're just doing a top coat, and then we're doing another one on top of this chrome nail. So we did a regular gel top coat on the rest of the nails, and then on the middle finger and the thumb we are doing a matte top coat, and we're going to cure that for about 90 seconds. Okay everyone, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos to come. And also follow me on Instagram at getnail32.